Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Chuck Williams. I'd like to welcome you to this evening's presentation. Duncan Driscoll will be my guest, but real quickly, I do want to share this quick disclaimer with you. You can do a screenshot of this if you want, but bottom line, we're not guaranteeing anybody any incomes here. We're not guaranteeing any particular health experience. We're definitely not telling you you're going to get healed, cured of any kind of diseases or anything like that. So Isagenix, if you want to learn about the compensation plan in detail, you go to isagenixearnings.com. We'll talk a little bit about the product tonight, but there's a lot of information we can get you about the product. It is second to none, no doubt about it. And all the products are guaranteed money back satisfaction. I want to start my story real quickly back to my junior high and high school sweetheart, Diane. We got married when we were 20 years old, and we had the cat by the tail. I mean, 20 years old, married. I was still going to school. She had a good job. And then I graduated from college with almost straight A's. It was like 3.888. I'd been a baseball player, football player, got a decent job, making good money. By the time I was 24, I was promoted to be the general manager of a plant down in Houston, Texas. And we had our firstborn son, Chaz, at that point. And the three of us moved down there to conquer the world. Company car, bonuses, nice salary. Had it made. Had 3 more children within 3 years. The water down there was very, very good to us. Then we figured out keep the light on at night, that stop that stuff. So 4 children, we love them all, awesome. But then about 10 years into my corporate career, having climbed the corporate ladder, I started to be a target for getting laid off. So what's happening to a lot of people in our economy today, I can relate. I was laid off 3 times. While it was all going on, I got involved in network marketing. It's a side business, a side hustle. And I got to where after a while, I got pretty good at network marketing. I became the #1 incomer with 4 different companies. But kind of like getting laid off in corporate America, my problem with network marketing is I picked companies that didn't last. The companies I was #1 with didn't last. So when they go out of business, guess what? It's just like being laid off. You don't have a paycheck anymore. You don't have a residual income. It wasn't until I found my home with Isagenix that I found the right network marketing company. And now Isagenix is my home for life. But it wasn't until 8 days ago on a Tuesday night that I heard Duncan Driscoll speak that something stirred within my spirit. And then over the last 8 days, he and I and CC and some other leaders have put together a system that I have not had with Isagenix in 3+ years. Now we're going to share that system with you tonight. But before I do, I want Duncan to come on and kind of lay the groundwork for us, because it was his talk Tuesday night a week ago that has inspired me and got to where I'm not getting much sleep right now. I'm so excited to help people right now. So Duncan, I'm going to go over to you, and I'm excited to hear your presentation, my friend.
Thank you, Chuck, and thanks for the great introduction. Well, let's see. I guess I come to this meeting with maybe a different perspective on Isagenix and what we're doing and the opportunity. And I want to encourage anyone that's listening to this for the first time just to keep an open mind. That's the most important thing. This is for real, and I think it's certainly the best opportunity I've ever seen, even with everything that's going on in the world right now, all the craziness. And I can tell you, I just got off the phone with a friend of mine who's just coming out of COVID. It is for real. It is very serious, and this is not going away anytime soon. And yet, you know, with all that's happening, there's opportunity, and maybe the greatest opportunity I've ever seen. So, you know, this is a picture of me before and after. I got a phone call from a friend of mine, a guy I've known for 30 years, an ex-state trooper from New York. We were doing some marketing with a company back in the late 80s, early 90s. And he had called me and told me about Isagenix. And he told me he was making $50,000 a week. They were the top earners with the company, and wanted to know if I'd be interested in taking a look at it. And I said, Herb, $50,000 a week's a lot of money. I just got bought out by Intel, a virtual reality company that I started. I was fortunate to be at the right place at the right time, and I pursued something, a passion I had. And so I sat on the sidelines for 4 years. I was a wholesale buyer, and I'd been in a motorcycle accident, and I needed to make a change to my health, and I decided to put these products to the test. And that's a picture of me before and after, 58 years old, 16 weeks. Clearly, these products are fantastic. I can tell you they're the best products I've ever seen. So I don't want to dig into the products too much. I want to talk a little bit more about what's happening and then why I think this is such a great thing. So 30 years ago, late 80s, early 90s, there was a recession. And companies like IBM that had never laid off anyone before, all of a sudden laid off 250,000 people. In fact, there were, the front cover of Time magazine, Newsweek magazine, Fortune magazine, just about all of them had, just every week they had articles about how people were getting laid off. And for my wife and I, we didn't even know we were in a recession, except that we read about it. We built a business. We started with $258. Within about 24 months, we were making about $24,000 a month, and we went on to make more, and our company grew. And next thing you know, we were in 7 countries with tens of thousands of wholesale buyers, and I semi-retired when I was 31. I'm not saying that to brag or boast, but just to simply tell you, I had no center of influence. I was a surfer. All I ever wanted to do was surf. If you ever talk to a surfer, that's all they want to talk about. And, I built a business through total strangers. And at a young age, I made over $1 million with that company. I never thought I'd see anything like that again. And so fast forward to today and tonight's call, things have changed. It's in like just a couple of weeks, all of a sudden, everything changed. So I don't know if you're being impacted by this or not. Certainly, if you're not now, you will be. I don't know of any small business that's not impacted. I'm the CEO of a company, and I'm in a holding pattern right now, and I'm just building Isagenix. In fact, I'll probably lose my investment in this other company I started, but I'm open, and I see this as a way to build a passive income, a global distribution business through just a handful of people that most likely family members and close friends. It took me 4 years sitting on the sidelines to understand how to do this. And I was sitting at my desk one day and I said, oh my goodness, I got it. I couldn't figure out how people were making so much money. 313 people have made over $1 million with this company. I go and talk to them and say, how are you doing it? What's your process of duplication? I knew from my past experience that you had to have a simple duplicatable system, and I couldn't find it. And then all of a sudden I realized, oh my goodness, this is the simplest business I've ever looked at. So we're going to dig in. Chuck's going to dig into the compensation plan a little bit. Let's go to the next slide. So this is a guy everyone knows, Mark Cuban. He says, hey, everything changed. It's America 2.0. I just read today that JP Morgan is not giving out any more small business loans. Zero. No small business loans. We've got major banks that are on the verge of collapse. We have the restaurant business. I mean, how can you ever start a restaurant back up again if you have to be 6 feet away from another table? How do you start retail? How do you do any retail business? How do you have a wedding somewhere, a wedding venue? How do you drive somebody around in an Uber if you don't want to breathe the same air that they're breathing? What's going to change? Everything. So look at this. This is a headline from last week. U.S. labor market is in a free fall. 10 million Americans have filed for unemployment the last 2 weeks. We saw another number that's even more devastating than that. So as we come to this, please keep an open mind. Everything that you're going to hear tonight is verifiable. I can tell you that the person who's earned the most money so far with this company is about 94 years old, and his family's made over $65 million. He's set, his grandkids are set for life. Passive income. When I say passive, I literally mean that. This is unlike a business that you've seen before. There's no paperwork, there's no payroll, there's no inventory, there's no storefront, there's no investment, there's no attorneys, no accountants except for your own personal accountant. And you could build this from home. So network marketing, some people, when they hear big numbers like that, they're like, oh, it's one of those things. Well, this company's been around since 2002. They've done close to $1 billion in sales in a single year. I think they're cumulatively, they're around 7 billion. They're the most happening thing out in Arizona. I've been out there. I've seen it. I've met with the owners of the company. This is for real. And at this point in time, anybody could step in and you can write your own ticket. If you want to make $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, or $50,000 a week, it's totally up to you. There is no cap on what you could do with this company. So as I mentioned, over 300 people have earned more than $1 million. Company's been growing for 18 years. Millions have impacted millions of lives. They're totally committed to quality, and their goal is to become the most trusted health and wellness company in the world. And you get to take a part of that. These are the markets that they participate in. Weight wellness. They've got an incredible package. If you want to get into the best shape in your life and do it quickly in a healthy way and keep the weight off. Performance. They've got the best performance products that I've personally used. wellness, personal care products, and financial wellness, which I think is probably their best product. So we're focused in our business model on getting people started with what we call the Everyday Shake Pack. This meal replacement shake costs $2.99. And in this picture, you'll see the amount of food that you would have to eat to get the same amount of nutrition in your body as one of those shakes. So what I do is I simply replace a meal or two, sometimes even 3, with a shake, because I can't get better nutrition into my body. And at a point in time right now that we're in, the most important thing you could do for yourself is get yourself healthy and build up your immune system. So we based our business plan just around that shake. And again, Chuck will go into it. So what do I like about it and what attracted me to it? No artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, no hydrogenated oils, no steroids, no hormones, no routine antibiotics, no herbicides, no pesticides. It's non-GMO, no high fructose corn syrup, no soy protein. It's undenatured, cold-pressed whey protein, the best in the world, according to a guy that's advised over 11,000 athletes around the world, Olympic athletes and the other. You won't find a better meal for you or your family. If you want to have some fun after this call, you can verify everything I'm telling you here. Just Google Isagenix transformations. And it's not just me. There are thousands, literally thousands and thousands of before and after pictures. Look at the pictures yourself. This is what this product line can do for you. And the way that we've set it up is we simply encourage people to redirect their spending $6 a day. Instead of having a meal that might cost you $10. And by the way, you can't even buy a meal for $3, a healthy meal anyway. You know, go out and buy an organic chicken breast and see how much you're going to pay for one breast. I bet you it's more than $3. So this is above organic grade nutrition. Get yourself well and healthy, even in the time that we're in. While you're at home, you know, set yourself a goal. Use these products to build up your immune system. So let's head to the next slide, Chuck. So at this point, I want to introduce Chuck, and you know, he gave, at least bring him on so he can explain the compensation plan. We're building a team. We have people on this call that have been far more successful than I have in my past business. And we have people from all over the world that are building with us, and we're building quickly. And if you decide to pull the trigger here and give yourself a chance to have freedom and not become trapped and not have to go on to unemployment or have a struggle with your mortgage or whatever the situation is, we can help you build very quickly. Chuck is an expert at network marketing, and we have training. We have a full system in place to help you, and we'll come up alongside of you and match your efforts. So Chuck, please let's tell everybody how this works. I'm sure everyone's a little bit curious how they can replace their income in 12 weeks or faster.
Thank you, Duncan. I sure will. I'm looking forward to getting that. Real quickly, I had 2 transformations with Isagenix. The first was a product transformation where my body actually shed fat, and then on the right-hand side, I've started to gain lean muscle. At 58 years old, I'm in as good a shape today as I was when I played college football a long time ago. Before I get into this model, I do want to emphasize that the earnings are based on your own individual effort. You may work really hard and not make a lot of money. The compensation plan pays the same for everybody, and God is no respecter of person. If you do the work, you're going to get paid, but you got to plug in the system, and you got to be consistent, persistent, and work through the obstacles. It is a business. You've got to work it. This is a great quote from Warren Buffett. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. And that's something my wife and I have discovered over the years, is how to make money while we sleep. That's why we hung into it network marketing until we found Isagenix, which is now our home for life. Another couple great quotes here from John D. Rockefeller. Opportunity. Try to turn every disaster or crisis into an opportunity. That's what you have the opportunity to do tonight. But I'm telling you, it's all about coming from a place of compassion and love and hope, not being greedy. We're just trying to help people, and you'll be rewarded for helping people. Effort. And this is what's going to be the crux of our system here. I would rather earn 1% off of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own effort. That's a great quote. So we're going to base our entire system on this one simple system right here. I believe, and I've heard our mentor Herb Cepeda say, that everybody should have 2 shakes a day, at least when you're getting started, to get that good nutrition in your body. You heard about the benefits of the shake from Duncan earlier. So if you bought this everyday pack, and it's $168, I believe. I'll get that in a minute. But it's basically, if you take 2 shakes a day, it's $6 a day. That's the cost of one of your regular meals at a fast food or something like that, at least. So you're saving money in most cases. $6 a day, 2 shakes a day, you're replacing 56 meals. And there is no investment to get started here. You come in as a customer. Now, what we want to do is teach every customer how to eat for free. So what the customer would do is they go into their back office. There's a box that says Pathway to Associate. They follow the Pathway to Associate. It's very simple. It's like a 2-step process. It takes about all of 1 minute, and you're an associate. There's like a $29 annual fee to be an associate. As an associate, you go out and share this with other people using our system, which will help you do it. You get 2 customers. If you get 2 customers within your first 30 days, the company's going to pay you a $100 bonus for that. There's also what they call product introduction bonuses. In this example here, if both the people bought the Everyday Shake Pack, minimum purchase, they're gonna invest $168 in their product plus shipping and tax, just like you did. 2 customers, you earn $120 back right there with just 2 customers. Your $100 Crystal consultant bonus and 2 $10 product introduction bonuses. Now, why is that exciting? I just basically showed you how for $50 you're gonna eat for an entire month, 2 shakes a day. But it gets better than that. We have what's called the you share, they share. And this is where I really want you to grasp this right here, because the next example of the penny a day double I'm going to give you, you've got to understand this to make that make sense. You get your 2 customers in. They become associates. They get 2 customers just like you did. Why wouldn't they want the $150 bonus just like you got? Basically, getting all their products paid for free right away. But when that happens, there's other bonuses that kick in. And now you're up to $570 earned just simply by you getting 2 and them getting 2, and everybody just coming in with that Everyday Shake Pack under $200 each. You've basically earned 3 months worth of food just by you sharing and those 2 people sharing. To me, that's incredible. But I really want to take just a minute for you to understand the power of exponential growth. Look at this penny a day double. After 10 days, it's not that much. After 20 days, it's still not that much. But look what happens in the late 20s. By the 30th day, look at the numbers there. That makes sense. You've heard this example before, right? Well, apply the same thing to the shake pack. We call it the Everyday Shake Pack. Your 2 get 2. Those 2 get 2. Those 2 get 2. You know, from 2 to 4 to 8 to 16. You get the idea. In our model, just following our compensation plan, nothing fancy here, no guarantees, but I will guarantee you if this happened, this is what we'll pay. I'm just telling you, this will never happen this beautifully or perfect. But if it did, at the end of first month, you would earn $750 total, $750 in your first month of work, 4 weeks. And you're like, well, that ain't bad, but that's not a whole lot. Well, for part-time effort, that's pretty good, actually. By the end of your second month, you've earned about a couple $1,000s. By your 12th week, and this is why we call it the 12-week system and get you free. What this means is you get 2 customers your first week, and then those 2 get 2 customers their first week, and those 4 get 2 customers their first week. Now, if you're not that aggressive, do it every month. It would be 12 months instead of 12 weeks. But in this example of doubling every week, just everybody getting 2, the power of 2, by the 12th week, you would be maxing out the cycle bonuses at $13,500 a week residual income, ladies and gentlemen. Now, again, nobody's done that in 12 weeks. I'm not saying you're going to, but it's just the power of 2 and that it can be done. If you had a sense of urgency enough that you went out and got 2 customers in your first week, and you create the same sense of urgency by plugging them into this system to where they got 2 in their first week, and that worked all the way down through your system, people aren't going to stop using this product. In fact, they're not going to stop at the $168. They're going to buy more once they realize there's 160 products for every kind of solution you possibly want for your health. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sleeping much now because Duncan Driscoll brought to me the system that I can now turn around and help other people. I've been a routine 6-figure income earner in this industry, but I've never been able to help other people on my team achieve the same level of success I've been able to achieve. You need a duplicatable system, and that's what Duncan brought last week to me. And that's what I'm so excited to share with you now. It's a system, a 7-step system. We'll be training on Saturday. You just simply buy your $168 worth of product now. The order will come to you within a few days. You start to put that product in your body, you get a great experience. And in your first week, you do everything you can by plugging into our system to get 2 customers. And you repeat that down 12 levels, 12 weeks, and watch what happens to your income. By the way, that 13,500, as long as those people keep buying at least 100 BV a month, that is residual income. And try telling those people in level 12 that they got to stop there. They're going to want to do the same thing. This pays down through infinity, but it does cap at 13,500 per week in one business center. Then the company says, hey, have another business center for achieving that. We won't go into those details tonight, but I'm telling you, Isagenix has done it right. So the pros of our system, you can earn free product. That alone is worth it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Get your health, get it paid for. Number two, flexible time. We're not looking at a full-time schedule here. This is for the part-timer, an hour or two a day, inviting people to watch a video and get plugged into our system. That's what we do. New income stream, simple, proven system, no risk. In fact, your product has a 100% money back guarantee for 30 days. Oh, you got to be kidding me. This is so good. Your biggest objection is going to be, it looks too good to be true. And I agree it does, but it is true. No overhead, tax benefits, legacy income. Those are all the pros. Why engage? Number one, to improve your health, to improve the quality and quantity of your life, build your wealth. This is an opportunity for you to get out of the rat race and get into a legacy situation to where you can do what Jimmy Smith did, take care of not only your family, but your grandkids and your great-grandkids through a legacy income. You've got that opportunity here tonight. Can this work for you? That's the only question. And like I said Monday night when I gave this presentation, God is no respecter of persons. If others can do it, so can you. You just got to do the work. You got to plug in the system, and you got to get this community of like-minded people around you to help you have the right attitude to draw the right people to your team. The time, ladies and gentlemen, is now. So what do you do to get started? First of all, get back with a person to invite you. They're going to set you up with an order. It's a prize. We're going to introduce you with the Everyday Shake Pack. That's what we're going to encourage you to get. Now, if you want something else, we're not going to stop you. You can add on if you want, but we want to focus on that Everyday Shake Pack. 2 shakes a day for your first month. Share the products. We're going to teach you how. We're going to give you the scripts. We're going to teach you how to get your 2 customers in your first week. We're going to hold your hand. We're going to help you, and we want you to do the same for your people eventually. Invite people to calls. 95% of our business is just inviting people to calls like this. Let us do the work for you. 95% is this. The other 5% is finding people to talk to. It's really that exciting. Follow up. The fortune is in the follow-up. If you invite somebody to this call, you got to take the initiative. They don't know what they don't know. You've got to follow up and help them get their account set up. And then simply repeat. That is our process, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. Thank you for this opportunity to share this with you. I hope you hear this sincerity in my voice. I am compassionate. I have hope for you. I know you can do this, but you got to get plugged in. You can't sit around like on the sidelines forever. I'm so glad Duncan came off the sidelines after 4 years because he's been an answer to my prayers. So Duncan, thank you, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, get back with the person who invites you. Let's do this together. God bless you. It's 12 weeks to freedom.
God bless you all. Thanks, Chuck.